Today, I'm going to introduce a man to you all. His name is Oliver Widger, and he is currently on a sailboat in the middle of the Pacific Ocean with his cat, Phoenix. He's on an over 2,000-mile journey right now from Oregon to Hawaii. And right this very moment, he is here, to be exact. And he is about halfway there. And there are many, many people following along moment by moment to check in on Oliver. Some people, when they go to bed, they wake up the next morning, have to check in to make sure he's doing okay. Honestly, it's become a nationwide, worldwide journey that we are all watching. And I am thoroughly entertained. This is finally some content that is worthy of getting the virality that he is currently experiencing. He got tired of his corporate job one day after 11 years and decided to radically change his life.
My name is Oliver. I work a corporate job at a tire shop. I absolutely hate this life. Yeah, I'm gonna buy a sailboat and I'm going to sail around the world for the rest of my life until I die. This is the start of my journey.
Heck yeah.
And this is day one of crossing the Pacific Ocean and sailing from Oregon to Hawaii. And I made it past the graveyard of the Pacific, and this is my first time sailing outside of a river. And I'm going for Hawaii. So it could take me anywhere between 20 to 30 days. So feel free to follow the journey. There is nothing but open ocean and a beautiful sunset. I did it.
Heck yeah.
Did it.
I have chills. I love these kind of videos. These kind of stories, which someone doesn't like something about their life, and then they just go change it. They do something different. They're not just talking the talk, he's walking the walk, and it's working. I've been piecing this story literally between what he says in comments and what he says in various videos. So I have pieced his story together through that. And I'm going to try to convey that to you all. But what I've gathered is that this has taken him a year to go from the career to selling everything, buying boat, learning how to be on a sailboat and sail because he didn't know how to do that before. And then he just got out on the ocean and is sailing to Hawaii. So yeah, he just said, the first time on the ocean that wasn't a river. Ballsy. And here's one more, giving a little bit more of his kind of backstory before getting into the whole sailing mission.
I can't wait for a video that I make where I'm sailing away. Hopefully, in your eyes, it'll be a flash. It'll be one segment to another. But for me, the journey is just beginning.
Heck yeah. It's so sick. He made it. He's out in the open ocean right now. I'm just so inspired. I love sailboats. There's something about them that is truly the most freeing thing. It's you and the wind. I know it's more complex than that, but in my mind, it's just you and the wind. This story has not just inspired myself, but millions of people online. One person said, "What was her name, bro?" Something had to trigger this. Another person said, "Instantly Googles how someone can get service in the middle of the ocean." I know that answer as well. Again, via his commentary, Starlink. Someone told him early on in his kind of posting journey to get a Starlink. So he's like, oh, good idea. So now he has a Starlink. So he can post, he can go online, he can be fully active while being in the middle of the ocean, alone. That's the other element of this. He's alone. He has his cat. That's why it's called Sailing with Phoenix, his cat Phoenix. Other than that, that is crazy. Crazy. I have so much respect for it, though, even though it's sort of crazy. Another person said, how one affords everything needed for this is a mystery to me. And he responded by saying rice. Because early on in his training, when he sold everything he owned basically and just lived on his sailboat as he was refinishing it and making it perfect, he said he ate a lot of rice and beans. It's cheap. He can sustain his body, but not have to pay much of anything, which again is brilliant. Moral of that, where there is a will, there is a way. And he is proving that. Okay, he's not some multi-millionaire that just decided to go live on a sailboat. He's just an average guy. I think he's 29 and he wanted to do it. Another person asked, how old and how much did you have in your 401k versus how much you actually got pulling it out early? Also curious, what other money did you have? Then after a boat purchase, what do your finances look like and how long will they last without working? I love how a bunch of people were wondering this because they're like, okay, this guy can do it and not be a multimillionaire. Maybe I can do my dream and not have all the money and everything figured out, which again, I think is what's really cool about this. He was 28, 50K in his 401k, had 30K left over after penalties because you get penalized a lot if you take it out early. I had a 1996 Lotus Elise sold for 30K, which was a very nice vintage car, bro. I'm currently working a different job, much less hours to outfit my boat and save for my first crossing to Hawaii. So that was 25 weeks ago when he was still posting early on about what his plans were, but he was not nearly as viral as he is today. Another person said, remember people, free will is indeed a thing. That's the biggest takeaway from this story here. You can literally find a way. Crazy, but you can. Now that we know his how, this is his why.
3 years ago, I was diagnosed with a condition called Klippel-Feil syndrome. What it is a spinal disorder, so I've got a loose spine, and I do run the risk of going paralyzed from the neck down. And that reality kind of shook up my world. I became incredibly aware of my mortality, and I grew to absolutely despise my job and the corporate machine. I quit my job rather abruptly with the goal of sailing around the world with no plan. A week after quitting my job, I liquidated my 401k. 2 weeks after that, I purchased a sailboat. About a month after that, I started sailing without knowing how to sail.
His laugh is if you go watch all of his videos, you will agree with me that his laugh is the funniest part. Everyone has been saying that. Whenever he's nervous, he just kind of like giggles like, yeah, my boat is doing all kinds of horrible things. And it's just like so entertaining.
Fast forward a year, I've learned to sail. And I've done an extensive refit on my boat for the past 5 months. And now, in 10 days, we are crossing the Pacific Ocean. When I say we, I mean my cat and I. It's a crazy feeling. It's an absolutely crazy feeling. Follow the journey if you'd like, and thank you for watching.
There's something about just human to human. And this is, I guess it's not true for everyone because there are some, very annoying, horrible humans in the world. But just watching another human just do something they love is in itself entertaining. There's something very cool about learning someone's personality, some stranger on the internet who's posting every day so you feel like you get to know them, and then they're just doing something that they're passionate about. And it's just fun. And I love it. I love it so much. I also want to have a sailboat, so I'm very jealous, but it's fine. I don't know how to sail. I mean, I guess that's the point though. I don't know. Neither did he. He just probably saw a movie one day and thought sailing looks cool. That's how I feel. Then I watched Adrift, and that made, for those who know, that made sailing look not so fun.
Get below! I'm not leaving you! Get below now!
One person had commented under that. I don't really get this question, but he said, what happens when you get cancer, bro? What then? Just die? Which I don't know if that's trolling or what that is. But he responded to it and said, my spine is deteriorating so quickly that at 28 years old, it already is compared to the spine of someone who is over 100 years old. I will take my chances. You should take a chance or two while you're still capable. I wish you luck. Oliver went on to say, also, the what ifs are what prevent you from becoming great. Wise words from Oliver. Wise words. Another person asked, what was your sailing experience before buying the boat? Oliver responded, none. None.
What, like it's hard?
I mean, it's legendary. It's so cool.
Welcome to day 4 of sailing across the Pacific Ocean from Oregon to Hawaii with my cat. As a total crazy person, feel free to follow the journey. I don't know.
I hear a lady spitting at the Nicky Jacks. Businessman
so
with
cool.
a needle and a spoon. Coyote chewing on a cigarette pack.
I just woke up from a nap with my kitty.
Cat's chilling. I wonder if she gets seasick. He's made no comments about her being unwell, so that's good. I would be concerned about that. Also for myself.
She is the best nap partner there is because she's very warm and she's putting on some heat. But yeah, I just woke up. It's 12 a.m. and I'm gonna go have a peanut butter jelly sandwich. And my pillow doesn't have a pillowcase because it came off. And I don't know where it is. So, thank you for watching.
I have so many follow-up questions, too. Can he sleep through the night? How many times does he have to wake up and go check on things? I don't understand a lot, and I want to. Because, again, I'm fascinated by this. Here's one of the sweetest videos so far.
Hello, we're doing a late-night post here because I couldn't help myself. And I need to show you guys this sunset.
I'm so glad he has Starlink. We would not be seeing any of this if he
And I don't think you're ready for it. I don't think you're ready for it because I wasn't. I came out here and I was not ready for it.
on his face.
But look at this. Oh my God. That is not real. There is nothing about this that's real.
Just like think about that. Like he was living this corporate life that he hated a year ago, doing his commute in his little work uniform, just being miserable. And 1 year later, he's on the Pacific Ocean with nothing but God's beautiful creation around him. I mean, it's so cool.
Oh my God. And then let's do a slow pan. I mean, look, every corner of this sky, even back here, right there.
That's concerning.
I mean, that looks insane. I'm pretty sure that's a squall heading my direction, but...
Pretty sure it's a giant storm. He just doesn't care. What do they say? What's the sun's red at night, sailors delight, red in the morning, sailors take warning or something? I think that's the saying. So this is at night, so he's good. He's safe. I was thinking about that when I watched this the first time. I'm like, okay, is he okay? You know, this was 3 days ago, but I was making sure our friend wasn't gonna get into some serious turbulent waters in the morning. At one point in his videos, his sailboat was getting very rocky and very shaky. It was very scary, but it remained balanced. It stayed balanced just like you will stay if you take balance of nature. Because imagine trying to eat 31 different fruits and veggies every single day. It sounds miserable and time-consuming. Honestly, Oliver should get some of these on the boat because you can kind of have a lot of nutrition all in one little jar because he doesn't have a lot of space for all of his food. Balance of Nature Fruits and Veggies is a convenient dietary supplement that ensures you get a wide variety of fruits and veggies in every single day with 31 different whole fruit and vegetable ingredients. Balance of Nature takes fruits and veggies, they freeze dry them, turn them into a powder, and then put them into a little capsule. Then all you have to do is take your fruit and veggie capsules every day, and your body knows what to do with them. When I'm on the go and all over the place with my schedule and my eating habits, I don't always have time to meal prep or eat a well-balanced meal. Frankly, I haven't been a lot lately, which is really bad. But with Balance of Nature, it has been super easy and convenient to make sure that I'm getting all those nutrients in every day by just taking my supplements, which again is what Oliver should be doing considering the fact that I've just seen him eat pirate's booty and peanut butter sandwiches. So he needs some Balance of Nature. Balance of Nature won't cure you from scurvy, but it will make sure that you're staying balanced. So if you'd like to give it a shot, you can go to balanceofnature.com and use promo code Conrad for 35% off your first order as a preferred customer, plus you get a free bottle of fiber and spice. That's balanceofnature.com, promo code Conrad today.
Believe it or not, Balance of Nature would actually cure scurvy.
It would?
Because scurvy is a vitamin C deficiency.
Just kidding. Fact check. Balance of Nature will cure you from scurvy, so make sure to bring that on any sailing adventures you have. I'm not promoting an anti-scurvy cure, but I am promoting good health, which is important. So back to Oliver. The other problem is that we're all watching. If something were to happen, like, we can't do anything. No one's near him. He's had two different boats that have come in his proximity enough to like pick him up on radar and then message him. What they call it something.
Radio him?
Yeah, and just check in on him basically. Just be like, yo, are you okay? And he just gets to say, yeah. That's like all the interaction he's had.
Who is this? Leave me alone! Damn it!
At one point, his rudder broke. Again, he's new to sailing, but he's new to owning a boat. Luckily, though, he somehow, again, the human mind, people are so cool. He learned every aspect of his boat. So in case something happened, he would know how to repair it. I drive my car every day. I don't know how to fix anything in my car. Not a single thing could be fixed by me. Nothing. And so it's just, somehow he also learned not only how to sail, but how to fix everything on his boat because it freaking saved his life.
All right, this is day 6, sailing from Oregon to Hawaii. And I don't intend to scare anybody or any of that stuff. It is what it is. It's what happens. It's part of the journey. And I'll keep you guys updated on the issue. I had to do a little repair on my sail. 2 of the battens came loose, which was my fault. And I was in the middle of just repairing that. And then I completely lost my rudder, control over my rudder. Yeah, and I spent like 4 hours trying to figure that out. It was an absolute disaster. Everything, I was getting hit by the waves on the side. It was the scariest moment of my entire life.
I'm glad, though, that he didn't take a moment to film that and then post it because we would have been losing our minds. Like, hey guys, the rudder's broke. You know, at least he waited until it's been fixed to give us an update.
You know, a lot of people are going to say, you know, what's the point? Why are you doing this, that, and the other? I know the risks that I'm taking. And I do want to say my cat is totally fine, obviously. She's just still sitting in the room and asleep, but I'm taking a risk, and I'm aware of these risks. It was scary. I've got the boat stable again. I've got a 3rd reef in and just a little bit of jib, and we're back on course. So what happened was, this is my rudder quadrant, and this is the cable. The cable must have worked itself loose or something, or some nuts backed off. I have to look up how to do it.
That's the other thing. He can just like YouTube video how to fix rudder in real time because of Starlink and having internet access. Like if you didn't, oh my gosh.
What happened was the rudder got locked hard to starboard, and that's why I couldn't change my direction, because I've got the rudder from the hydro vane, which has its own auxiliary rudder. It took me a while to realize that the rudder was hard to starboard, and I ended up just lashing. I've got, because these popped off and I got it back on, and this quadrant was slamming back and forth.
You know, I'll stop him. I don't know what he's saying, obviously. You know, this is all not even tech speak. It's all mechanical conversation.
Beep boop boop bop. Boop boop beep bop.
But it's the fact that he's having it, that he knows what he's talking about, that is, again, so impressive. Last year, he didn't own a sailboat. He didn't know any of this. I feel so inspired that anything I don't know, I can go learn. That's the beauty of free will, of living in America. You can make the time, and you have the freedom to do that.
Does he have food rationed out?
He does, I think, but only for like those 30 days. Because he's saying it's going to take between 24 and 30 days to get there.
And then for the cat.
Yeah. Yeah, he's eating like a peanut butter sandwich, and I don't know if that's his whole day's meal or just one. He ate a big bag of pirate's booty at one point, which I just thought was funny.
I hope you're hungry for nothing.
One person said, a smooth sea never made a skilled sailor, you got this. I mean, he's getting it because he has to. Another person said, your dad lore about to go so hard. I mean, yeah. Also, it's like, it's making you a more interesting human being. And anyone can become a more interesting human being. This is a moment on day 9 where he was just reflecting.
I wanted to make this video just to say thank you, everybody. Everything has been so positive, and it's been an incredible thing. I get like emotional, honestly, sometimes talking about it, because I went all in. Every single corner of my life, I neglected everything, because all I did was work on this boat, learn how to sail, and post on social media. Those are the 3 I didn't even eat food. I had rice and beans every single day to save money. And it worked. It worked. I'm in the middle of the ocean on my boat. Anything is possible. I am the example to that, because I am so below average. You're below average. There is nothing. I can't speak in front of 5 people without my voice cracking.
The beauty of this is he's talking to millions of people. Every one of these, millions of people are watching.
And I'm not smart, all right?
He fixed a rudder in the middle of the ocean. He got smart. Okay, that's what's cool.
I'm not being hard on myself. I'm being real. Like, I'm not some crazy smart guy. I'm not some super social person. I have always been a odd duck. Anybody who knows me knows that. And there's nothing special about me, other than one day I decided, I just went for it, man. I went for it, and I put everything into it, and it worked. It worked.
It must be weird, too, that as he's trekking across the ocean, he's talking to no one but himself. I mean, he's just him out there. But as the days progress, the audience online is growing massively. So as he's posting, you know, he's first posting just a few hundred people, a few thousand. Now it's millions in a course of a couple days. So when I first heard about his story, my husband had saw him on Instagram, so he started following him. It was a few days ago, and I think Oliver was at around 400K followers on Instagram. By the time I got around to following him, which was like 2 days later, he was at over 900K. As of this morning, he's probably at 1 million, I bet. If not, he will be soon. And that's just on Instagram. That's not including TikTok or X, where his audience is growing massive there too. I mean, it is so cool. Not only did he do the thing, but he's posting about it, and everyone else is inspired by it and wanting to follow along. In a very real sense, he has just set himself up for the rest of his life, because now he has grown an audience that also wants to watch. You've done the thing, and you've got an audience, and now he can do this for a living, I feel like, forever. I mean, none of this was sponsored by anything, and now everybody's going to want to have him in the sailing world, like using their stuff. I mean, he is set. So cool. Also, though, a lot of people could have even done the first part, right? Which is, you know, changing your whole life, making it all about sailing, doing that, but never posting a single thing, or kind of leaving that a lot. That is what's changing the game here for him. I mean, some of the edits he's doing on Instagram, they're really funny and interesting and good, But that takes time too, that a lot of people, myself very much included in this, we're like, oh, we have to edit that. I don't want to post that. Post it. Do it. Do it.
Just do it.
I was going to film a reel this weekend on Instagram. I didn't. But then I sat there on Sunday night thinking about the fact that I dropped the ball this weekend, watching this guy who does not have any editing experience either, but he's still doing it. And then I thought, dang it, I could have posted that reel. And then obviously, as he has grown, people have started to watch him. So he made a compilation video of a bunch of people who've been posting on TikTok talking about watching him sail.
My man is going from Oregon to Hawaii.
And I'm so nervous for him. And I'm just really rooting for him to get to Hawaii.
And in a way, I'm inspired, man.
And like he does like this laugh. It's really cute. Like, it's
Like, I don't think he understands.
The girls are falling for Oliver
right now.
I love hearing stories like these because it inspires me and makes me recognize that I too can do the same and I too can escape the loop that I've been living in.
Yep.
I incorporated him in my morning prayers, like giving him traveling grace. I'd be checking in on his little boat throughout the day. Like, let me check on my friend.
Yeah, my husband checks in and he's like, oh, okay, Oliver made it this far. I mean, it's like, again, a unifying experience for us all.
I'm tracking his boat because I want to make sure he lives to tell his story, which is so inspiring.
Like he said, bump retirement. Man, I'm about to retire on this boat in Hawaii.
You heard of a song? Under one of his very first videos when he was getting going with this whole journey, he posted this, and I just want to read it because, again, I think that his words now in connection with his actions have a lot of meaning. So I want to share that. He said, ahead of me is the journey of a lifetime. Over 2,000 miles of open ocean. No land, no help, just wind, waves, and a boat I prepared with my own 2 hands. And of course, my first mate, Phoenix. For the next several weeks, I'll face whatever the sea throws at me. Heavy weather, long nights, moments of awe, moments of doubt, and maybe moments where I find pieces of myself I never knew were missing. This past year broke me down and built me back up. It was the hardest year of my life. It was the best year of my life. I chased a dream bigger than my fear. I worked until my hands bled, fought storms inside and out, and chose a life few would dare to live. I've already won because I found the courage to try. That line. Yes, Oliver. So good. If the signal cuts out, I'll see you in a month. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for being part of this story. And yes, I'm probably terrified right now, but that's the point. I chose this life and I did it my way. He is just an incredible inspiration of someone truly acting out the free will that we as Americans have. He was miserable. He wanted to change, and he found a way to do it. And look at him now, sailing the open ocean. Within a week of the world finding out about his adventure, he now has millions of people on the journey with him. One day, I would love to get Oliver on the show to talk about his experience. For now, though, I'll continue to track him on the app and root for him from afar and pray that he makes it safely to Hawaii. Thanks so much for watching today's episode. If you want more content like this, make sure to subscribe to our channel and like this video if you enjoyed it. And last but not least, if you want more content, you can also follow me on my personal accounts, as well as our new comment section Instagram. See you guys in the comments.